Okay, boys and girls, we'll come up with a new topic. Topic 3. Now we're going to learn verb. Verb. Miso subject apo in zirka. We all know what is a verb. Verb tells us 3 things. Verbs until pathum in Trilani. 1. Action. Action. 2. State of being. And 3. Position. Verbs until pathum action. So amo kan lo ti thina ama se anilawa action ringa anilawa thil ti ringa anilawa ni na din bunamo position to nei amo ka verb ka min shene chu for example here action are taken on he takes a ball. Now we can see here the subject he, the action of the subject he is kicks. So here in this sentence, kick, the verb kick is referring to an action. But let's see here, he is a player. Now, if you look at this sentence, the sentence you can add to one, here subject he here action anina asay thongani state of being anina asay here subject he emoni player ani dikha here verb is here mentioned. Next, position. Now here she has curly hair. In this sentence, as you can see here, the subject, she does not act here, she does not do any action here. The verb here does not tell us about the action, it tells us about the position of the subject. Here sentence actually has verb here, action, a subject, she, in ane tilka minshil na zo mani chus position ani it's one verb here atlang ko in he pathum hi minshil fian pakhatna ka soino le in number 1 the verb tells us the action, number 2 state of being, and number 3 position. Action til ti minshila panila chuan neina minshila pathum na chuan nei tilte minshila ni chu verb kan share down ni tasela le tuna chun verb so how many kinds of verbs are there? Let's see it. Verbs are divided into 2. Into 1. Auxiliary verb or helping verb. Now, verb they can divide any. Number 2, main verb or principal verb. It's one verb here. Ten pokania to auxiliary verb emo. Ten to verb emo. In result from some letinga. Panina one verb. Tak continue verb action word till the so you know tak zo ka pakata long kata da lenia. Auxiliary verb heavy main verb to so say na nilawang. Action from all need in a focus with only action from ta kanka. For example, a large word is for example, go, come, sit, stand, run, sleep, write, sing, jump, etc. Okay. Concept saying principal verb and main verb to come funny. Auxiliary verb are also shit say shit okay, what actually is auxiliary verb or helping verb? Helping verb or auxiliary verb are those verbs which helps the main verb. Now they are is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, shall, will, must, may, might, need, dare, would, should, can, could, okay, etc. There are few which are left. I might left some few. Then got z. Because I might take auxiliary verb ka tam fok lawa afiat sena ka kha lekabo kan and so on afiat contain auxiliary verb helping verb so amara so main verb also afiat sena lawa ta contain ikha afiat ta disala it's one. Again, verb, there are two kinds. Let's say two types of verb. There are one, transitive verb. And number two, intransitive verb. Verb transitive verb kan tila, intransitive verb kan tila. What kind of a verb do we say it is transitive? And what kind of a verb do we say it is intransitive? We're going to learn that transitive first. Transitive verb so in verb kan transitive verb kan tila, and verb kan intransitive tika an en le taila. Taking on Hetahian. She likes to play. No. She likes chocolate. Okay. Now here, in this sentence, what is the verb here? Likes. Now, we are going to ask whether this likes, the verb likes, is a transitive or not. How do we know? We can know by asking a question. He likes verb, he transitive verb, question. For example, what does she like? What does she like? The answer is chocolate. And yeah, to tell it one, he have object on it, and he have an object on it. This likes passes on to the object chocolate. So that is why this likes is called a transitive verb. So once one he likes the object, and object to chocolate. There are two ways to make a question. In order to know the object. Object should which one question what or who? What in Kanzoda, what does she like? The answer is chocolate. Now in this sentence, sorry. You look at this sentence. In this sentence, the verb is punished. Here, you ask a question again, whether this punish has an object or not, by asking a question too. Who? Who did the teacher punish? To get a teacher can punish. Answer to the boy. So he object alone in the time. This one can share it. So how do we know that these two verbs, likes and punish, has an object? By asking a question using what and who. I think I can share object. Ani ti here verb pani here. So no pani can see about what enge ti le to nge ti can see about this one object ka can share it. So one hand verb pani ti he transitive ani na chansuni transitive ani na chansuni tani object ani one. Okay, now go to intransitive. Intransitive verb. What kind of a verb is called an intransitive verb? A verb that intransitive country. Now, for an example, you look at this sentence. The baby sleeps soundly. The sentence is next one. No te to in a morning. Now, what is the verb here? Verb to sleeps. Now, how do we know the verb is intransitive? Intransitive, this verb is intransitive. Why is it? Because it does not have like here in this sentence. It doesn't have any object. Object on only. Here, verb sleeps here. How do we know that? You ask a question again. In thing I can share object on a teacher. Zona and see that dialogue. No teacher. And ati what in zona sim tailor, who in zona sim table. So one answer count hit of lonely. So I have verb he are intransitive on it and in a sanctuary. The light to put in Tyler. He kicks hard. That is one similar. What does he kick? The zona similar. Again, update object cast a chanto. He kicks a ball. That's all it does. A ball appeared in the answer. A ball on here. Cut in each one kicks car transitive on it already. Heta arrow so on. A bed na hard at the rotany, object car on the lone. So here, kick here, object on it of wangin, so answer object mail of verb focus to intransitive verb and look time. I think we are clear, Miss. So I'll sum up, Miss. I'll sum up my verb car, can say it on car. Verb car was a better. Kan so ya khan thil pathum min thrila pakhat na chuan action thil ti ni panhina chuan state of being ni na pathum na chuan position min thril ti kha shephop ta ya chuan adon le chuan verb hi chin hi hom tapin thelania chu auxiliary verb le principal verb ani ti kha kan so i khan ni le tuna hian transitive le intransitive ka kan so fi le ni le ka mi chin kha ni pot sela